That was such an organic moment.
It didn't post.
No, it didn't. It froze. But it's all right because I like your shirt.
Stop it.
Are you ready?
Yep.
You
got a new chain? Where did you get that chain from?
Don't worry about where I got it from.
What?
It's not that new, guys.
I don't know what happened, but one more time.
The cough, Jeff is such a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try that again.
Okay. Check. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, that means you're now tuned into chapter 102 of the Introverted Intuition podcast. My name is Jeff, a.k.a. the Petty Podcaster, a.k.a. the Ambitious Introverts. To my left, I have Young Grocery Store, a.k.a. Helena. What's good?
Hi, everybody.
Across from me, my man, CR.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Got the chain fresh out of Friday. Remember remember the dude, what was his name? Not Ezel. Red, yeah.
Ray, he got his shit.
It's the grandma chain.
My grandmama gave me that chain.
Coco is on the way, and who will be next to Coco is our guest tonight. I have three things I want to get from this interview tonight for this guest. I want to learn how to properly pose in a photo to get a lot of likes. I want to provide more information to people about the plus size model industry and the social media influencer life. And I guess, the third is mostly just give her audience a new perspective on her and maybe teach them some things about her that maybe they didn't know previously. So please introduce yourself to the people.
Hey everyone, I'm Sophie Turner. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I guess first I have to say you're our first guest with an accent ever.
Yeah.
This is this is really big for me.
Do you know where the accent?
I was about to ask, where is it from?
Can I guess?
Guess, yeah.
Is it Scottish?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
That's a good
Everyone
guess.
thinks I'm Irish or Australian, so.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You were born in Scotland.
Yeah, and I lived there till I was 21, and then came here for the dream.
So that
being a
means
model.
you had whiskey in your baby formula.
Yeah.
Is that racist to say?
No.
That's not racist.
That's not racist? Oh.
It's a
that's
joke.
Okay. Can you provide, I guess, some background on Scotland, what it's like, what were your experiences like growing up before you came here?
Well, I guess, a lot of people here think it's, all countryside, sheep. But it's kind of like a small city. I tell people, it's small London.
Okay.
So we've got a city, we've got countryside, but it's not as small as people think it is.
Yeah.
What's the weather like out there on the regular?
Mostly rain.
What?
For real?
That sounds perfect for me. I love it.
I'm pale.
And did your interest in what you do now start in Scotland, or did it happen when you came to New York?
Yeah, so, I started by posting on Instagram. I was just posting, random pictures, outfit pictures, and I noticed that I was getting reposted a lot, so that sort of started my following, and I thought, this can go somewhere. I can make money off it, so.
What year was that, do you think? Do you remember?
I was about 20, so coming up for about 3 years ago.
Okay.
4 years ago. I'm going to be 24 next week, so.
Oh, nice.
Then I thought I'll move to New York when I'm 21 so I can drink.
And what was your perception of America before coming? Was it like the big city life, the big dreams, and is it what it turned out to be so far?
Well, I'd been to New York before just once, so I had an idea of it, but that was with a school trip, so.
You took a school trip to New York?
Yeah.
That's expensive as hell.
Right.
So my perspective would have been I thought I would come here and instantly have loads of work, and sadly it didn't go that way.
No.
What was your biggest disappointment about New York when you came out here, as opposed to the perception you had in your mind?
More so the cost of living.
Oh, yeah.
We just spoke about that,
Hell
but
yeah.
so expensive. I had to learn to do laundry at a store, not at home.
Mm-hmm.
But with the work, I thought I would pick up work so easily. Like, I thought my accent would help me get a lot of work.
No.
And like I've learned from being here, like you have to hustle a lot to get
what you
work
want.
you want. Yeah.
For sure. And like, was your family like accepting of you wanting to move here at first?
They thought it was crazy. They were like it all started. I used to work in the bank as a fraud investigator, which has nothing to do with what I'm doing now.
Wow.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's completely different.
I was like on call, like doing credit card fraud. So
So you was busting down on the scammers.
yeah.
Damn.
And then when I moved here, like I was so fed up of that job, and I was so determined to make money from like anything I could apart from that.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like with the Instagram followers, like I can make money and like do all these promos, but like I was telling you guys earlier, it's so hard to make like money. Like it's not as easy as people think.
Right.
I can, it's not as easy as people think, because everybody has this price in their mind, what they want to give you, and you have to like really beat it in people's heads, like, no, this is my price, and I'm not going to go any lower than that. Because once you start negotiating your price, and you start negotiating who you are and what you're doing, and whatever field you are, especially when you are a creative freelancer, anything. So it's always a slippery slope when it comes to pay me, fuck you.
Yeah. I feel like any opportunity, even like I feel like a basic McDonald's job, it feels kind of hard to get nowadays, like through the application process, and then you gotta wait.
Oh yeah, they're
for the
making
call
it
back,
so hard
like,
for you if you really want a job. They're like, no, if you really want a job, you have to. I'm just like, no, I want to do that.
Right.
Damn, man. That shit's annoying.
So do you remember like when you first told your parents, your family, you're like, I'm going to New York City at 21, and how did they react?
Well, at first it was just for like 3 months, because you know it's like so hard to move here. Like it's really hard to just get up and move. So at first it was 3 months. I just wanted to see what opportunities were here, and I loved it. So I kept coming back, and I actually met my husband here. So that's what brought me over permanently.
How did you guys meet?
Instagram.
That's so crazy.
Yo,
love is being found on Instagram.
Yo, but isn't that like the common story nowadays for a lot of people?
For
like,
our generation,
our generation,
yes.
like, that's beautiful.
That is beautiful. That's so cool.
To
like
even,
a whole marriage.
To make it to a marriage, like yeah,
that's what's up.
That's the goal
And
right there.
the only reason I went on a date with him was because I had no friends here. So I was like, what have I got to lose? Like, I think we went to like Chelsea Market and.
Oh, that's a good spot.
Yeah.
Wait, who entered whose DMs?
Oh, he went to mine.
Of course, he slid in there.
Oh, I wish we had that like as like the background, like the DM, like.
I know what was the exact message. Like,
I want to know, like, for anybody here trying to find love on Instagram.
It's out there, people. It's out
Slide
there.
in the DMs.
Right.
Slide in the DMs. Don't be afraid. Shoot your shot,
shoot
people.
your shot.
You never
I've been
know.
telling you that for months.
I
You
was
didn't do it yet.
about to be whole disclaimer. Just not in my DM.
Yeah.
Do not shoot your shot in my DM.
You never know.
Her DMs are open,
No,
y'all.
it's not.
So, I guess when did your career, quote unquote, take off? Was it as soon as you got
I
here?
wouldn't say there was like a takeoff point. It was more so like very back and forth. Like some months I would make money and be like, oh, this is it, and then next month I had no money. So like
That's real.
I feel so more within the past, maybe just over like the past year. Like it started
It's been more
to
stable and
consistent.
incoming.
Yeah.
Yes.
but I'm still looking for a modeling agency. So
Hopefully they're listening.
yeah,
And
hopefully.
be careful because there's a lot of scamming like modeling agencies
Yeah.
in the city. Like
But
I've gotten got.
She's worked with fraud stuff before. Wait, you got?
I've got.
By what?
Who approached you for a modeling agency?
So well, first of all, don't say it like
No,
that.
but I mean like no.
All right.
I didn't mean it like that.
I'm
but like,
Chocolate Rod. I'm still attractive, okay?
I didn't say you weren't.
All right. So they can approach me, Jeff.
Okay, they can approach me too.
But anyway,
Go
so
ahead.
Or the Sasha's Fest. It's like whose dick is bigger right now. Okay,
No,
go
no.
ahead.
but I was supposed to be a background actor for Man Down, that movie with Terrence Howard and that dude. He played in Daredevil. He played the dude with the dagger. I forgot his real name. Colin something.
Colin.
Not Colin Farrell. It's a different Colin.
Firth?
I don't know.
The white dude.
The England one? The English
Yeah,
one?
exactly.
Colin Firth. Yeah, Colin Firth.
Oh, that's his. Oh, okay, yeah. So him. So I was supposed to be in that shit, right? So there's this guy that my cousin meets, and he said, "Yeah, man, they have an office in Manhattan." We get there. First of all, if you ever have to pay right on the spot for a photo shoot, like, what do we? I paid for him and me because I thought this was it.
Ooh, baby.
I was young. I was like, if you ever been to my house, I have a picture from when they took my headshot so I can remember it. I fucked up. I must have been like 20 years old. They took all my bread. It was like $300. They said that they were going to send all of our pictures to different booking agents and that they were going to put us in their database and contact us for the day that they start shooting. And, of course, I never got contacted. Went back to that office.
It was gone.
It wasn't there.
It was just for a day. They rented it.
They rented it, and then they were out.
I learned something new about you guys
About to do
every
that,
episode. I appreciate that information. I'm going to laugh at that forever. Have you always been comfortable in front of the camera, or did you have to naturally adjust to it?
Like, at first, I was so awkward. Like, I didn't know how to show my body. Like, I feel like with plus-size models, it's kind of a bit different. You have to, like, pose, like, so you look more curvy or whatever. So,
Yeah.
like my husband used to take my pictures for Instagram, and like he can tell I've grown a lot since we started it. But yeah, it took a lot of like posing and practicing.
How long does it take you to like usually get comfortable when you first get in front of the camera?
Like at first it would take me like an hour just to be comfortable. Now like I'm used to it. I know what I'm doing.
It's like so as soon as you're on set, it's just like bam, ready.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So I've got it down.
That's good.
So I guess like the perception of plus size modeling, I feel like in America is definitely a bit warped. Like it's not really accepted. Was it like that out there in Scotland too?
Yeah, like there's some plus models there. So.
Really?
And I tried London before I came here, but I feel like New York's ahead of the game with plus size modeling and that.
And how did you gain the confidence to even, I guess, want to say you want to do this as a career? Because it's not accepted anywhere or almost anywhere, apparently. So how did you gain that confidence?
It was the followers that gave me the confidence. Like, I thought, oh, well, people are liking this. People, obviously...
They're responding well.
Yeah.
So I thought, if I'm getting followers on here, like, it could be something where I can make money.
And it does. And it's happened. So I think that's what's up.
Was it the amount of followers, or was it like what their responses to your photos, like the likes and the comments?
Like, the amount of followers got to my head, I guess.
Boosted that confidence.
But I feel like that happens a lot.
I feel like it's the confidence that I needed. If I didn't have that, then I would have still been in the bank or something, you know?
You would have gave you that extra puff to actually push forward and do something else.
Like, I wanted to be a model when I was younger, and I was always the chubby kid, you know? I was always chubby, and I applied to a scam agency as well. I actually never went, though. I wasn't as stupid as you.
Wow.
But, yeah, like, it was something I always wanted to do, and I never thought I could. So
I think that's so dope, because I always say on the show, like, it's always a thing that you wanted to do when you was a kid. Now, when you start doing it as an adult, everything just kind of, like, works out for you, because that's what you're probably meant to be doing in the first place. So, shout out to you, Sophie. Like, that's what's up.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean... And I feel like it's good that you didn't let the amount of followers get to your head and get you, like, I guess, or did it, like, in terms of, like, your cockiness, your attitude, like...
Well, like, what I mean by that is I felt like I would be able to make money just because of the following I had, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and
not like it blew up her head, but it gave her a way to say, like, you know what, I can actually do this and make money.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it blew up her head, but, like, that's how some people I feel have gotten to this point, like, with the careers.
Especially nowadays, like, everyone, I feel like loads of people have a following and they think they're better than the next person, but you're not.
No, I don't have a following.
Yeah.
Please don't follow me just to follow me. I don't want to follow me because you know me, you like me. You think I'm cool, crazy, but do not follow me just to follow me, because you would be disappointed, baby.
You mentioned money a lot. Like, I mean, was that always is one of your goals to be rich or wealthy? Like,
I just wanted to do a job which I loved and was able to rely on for money. Like, not necessarily be rich, but be comfortable with like be able to pay rent in New York, you know?
And be happy with the job you do every day. It's not like you're stressed out, like, I don't want to go to work, I hate this, I'm dreading this. It's just, I actually want to get up and do this, and I'm getting paid, hey, let's go.
I love, like, the makeup and the fashion, but...
The perks.
Yeah. And when I was at the bank, I was so unhappy. Like the best thing I'd done was leave that job.
No,
was there ever, like, a plan B? Like, was the bank of the job at the bank, like, still available in case things didn't work out?
Like, I probably could have got it back, but and to be honest, I never had a plan B. That's just
The,
sort of
the bank job was Plan B.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like, at least my perception as a dude, like, modeling is like kind of like hit or miss. Like, if you're not accepted, you won't get work.
Yeah.
So that's like a big risk. And I'm sure maybe you've noticed that. Like, have you like showed up with like your portfolio or something, and they're just like maybe want to go a different way?
I've gone to so many castings and I've never heard back from them. So, like,
Damn.
Have you ever?
but people tell you like you have to keep going.
Yeah,
like,
that's what anything.
That's part of.
Any process, you
Yeah.
definitely got to keep going until you finally get the yes. Go
Yeah.
through all the no's. Did you ever do any background acting or try for any background acting?
No, but I would consider it.
You should
think
look
it's
into
good.
casting
My
networks.
next thing was like, maybe you should like, for some reason, I'm like, hey, maybe meet a agent who want to cast you in a film real quick. Hey, Scary Movie 8. Who knows? Like, you never know.
I think you should try casting networks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's on. I think they just got a building on the 34th Street. I'll give you the information after the show.
Okay.
Yeah, you should try it because if you go in there with different looks, like you could be a doctor or a nurse. Like if you actually invest in those different costumes, yeah. If you take pictures with it, they'll add it to your portfolio, and you're more likely to get more calls.
Yeah.
Because you want to join SAG. You want to get into SAG. That's the biggest thing.
What is like is the hardest part like just getting work, or is it like?
Like more so, not necessarily work, because to be honest, I'm relying on Instagram collaborations. So it's more like getting them to pay me like what you said, like the correct amount.
Yeah, the
you know?
correct amount, what you deserve, what you like.
Yeah. And I always tell
What's your
brands-
worth and add tax? What's that saying? That's the saying, right?
Yeah.
Know your worth and add tax.
There
Tell
you
them your
go.
worth and add
Add
tax.
tax.
Yeah.
That's right.
So like I never met somebody that actually was doing that, like actually getting paid. Like how does that process work? Do they tell you what to post, when to post? Like is it that specific?
Some brands, yeah, like some brands are more like casual about it, like post when you want, but do it by this day or something. But other brands are like, you have to post it this time on this day. You know, like.
And they
they're
pay you
strict.
up front before they see the level of engagement?
Like some brands do, some brands will pay me after I've done the work.
Oh.
So it's just like figuring out if the brand's trustworthy. 'Cause
I get it.
There's been brands who will disappear like off the face of earth.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think what do you think other people's perception of you on Instagram is? Because I feel like for certain brands, they're reaching out for a reason. So I'm curious, why do you think that is? Is it just because of your following, or?
Well, I think like people think I'm like a lot more like confident than I actually am. I'm actually quite a shy person, so I don't know if that's got something to do with it. But I'm mostly like just accepting fashion brands. Like I used to accept anything and everything, but I learned like that's not the way to go about it.
Gotta be picky and choosy what you want to
Yeah.
represent.
Does your large following give you any anxiety?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's something you
Like-
got to keep up with?
Yeah, like more like I used to like be really strict with myself. Like I have to post every day, but I've learned to give myself a break because
Right.
like it does get overwhelming. Like
Yeah.
taking pictures every day is not like as
And,
fun
you,
as it looks.
and you can't
know?
do a regular selfie. Like you got to
Yeah.
do like a picture.
The lighting got to
Yeah.
be perfect.
Yeah, because
right?
you're a model. Because people will judge you if you had a regular picture.
Yeah, I can't upload like a shitty picture, you know.
Yeah. Damn, that is pressure.
Well,
And, go ahead.
What are you about to say, Lainey?
I mean, damn, that's a lot of pressure.
That
I could, yeah,
is.
because I'm just saying you can't.
Every picture has to be bomb.
Every picture has to be bomb. But you know, what about like taking a whole bunch, like take like 3 days and you shoot like 50 different outfits and then
Right.
you seem like you was
Have
at
them
50
ahead of
different
time.
places. You just have them in the
Yes.
backboard.
Yeah.
It's like, so
Yes.
if you want to take a whole month, it's like, you know what, I don't want to be bothered with nothing. At least you have stuff in stock. Like, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go.
Yeah.
I think that's. Do you do that?
A few of the other girls who do the plus modeling as well will book an Airbnb once a month and we'll go and shoot content for 24 hours straight. We'll sleep for like 2 hours and then
And just
get up
shoot.
for sunrise, shoot. But
Wow, it's a whole.
I couldn't do it.
That's dope though.
Yeah.
Like it
I
is a
can't-
lot of pressure, but it's just different.
I
Like,
can't
that's
look
different.
cute in every picture. Like I gotta give me
But
a
that's
pass.
what, but
like,
that's why you do it. Like she said, like once a month you run
Word.
out of place and you take 24 hours. You just breathe, eat, sleep, content.
Yeah, just make hella.
you have to
content.
like we say like if we invest money we'll get more out of it because it's so hard to shoot in New York as well. Like on like you're changing on the street. And
Yeah.
it's, like the summer's so
Sweat.
sweaty, you know, like
Yeah.
it's easier to book an Airbnb and invest to
I never
get
thought of that. That's
good
smart.
pictures. Yeah.
That's smart.
I
There
would-
was this Instagram influencer I used to love. Rest in peace, rest in peace, Chrisada. She was a fashion maven, I will have to call her. And I remember reading one of her posts, and she was just like how she was up at the crack of dawn in the meatpacking district. People was like walking by as she was changing her clothes because she had to get all this content, you know, all these pictures in before a certain amount of time, because she just wanted the good light. And I was just like, damn, like crack of dawn, 4 outfits in your underwear, like that's what it takes. Like that's really what it takes.
So who were like some of your influences in modeling growing up, if you had any?
Well, more so like when I first seen like plus size models, like I don't know if you've heard of Iskra Lawrence. Like she's very similar to me, like the blonde hair and that stuff. Oh, like that was awesome. Like it was a reflection of myself. Like I'd never seen someone who had like big hips before or that. And then of course Ashley Graham, I loved her, and I still do. Like I love to like look at them and see how far they've gotten. You know?
And going back to that pressure of social media, like I was told by another influencer recently, it wasn't on the podcast, that like certain companies and brands would advise you to keep your personal life off Instagram. And does that like cause like any, I guess, friction or tension with family or your husband, like because he's not as present?
Like I've considered it a few times. Like I would love to go into YouTube and do like, you know, like vlogs or that.
That's a good wave, yeah.
But on Instagram, I prefer to keep them off, and like my family as well, just because, well, most of my audience is male, which is annoying, so I know they won't like that. Sorry, Carlo. But also, I don't want everyone to know everything about me. I feel like they already know so much with me posting every day.
You want to
like,
keep this of your life personal.
It's
Like,
nice
that's
to
your
have.
little secret. Yes.
Yeah.
Not like that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's like kind of like your support system, because like the craziness with social media, you could just really detach from that, put your phone down and go chill with your cute dog and your husband.
Yeah.
And do you feel do you like maintain a certain diet, or do you just like do what you want and see how it turns out?
Well, I should be working out more, but to be honest, I've been eating whatever like recently. But I know if I had an agency, they would tell me I have to keep like a same weight. But because I'm more freelance, I can get away with it more.
And that right there is what that's what I don't like about the modeling industry, because I feel like they try to push the idea of acceptance for like all body types, but then they'll tell
They're
you
so
you can't.
strict.
Yeah, like it's all body types. See, I have a habit of doing that. It's all body types as long as you adhere to their stipulations. So it's like if you're going to be curvy, you're going to be at maybe like 42 in the waist and 38D up here. Like it all has to be proportionate for them.
Yeah, they
in a
still
sense.
have like requirements.
Yeah, they still have
and that.
requirements.
That's ridiculous. Do you like slimmer models, I guess, technically make more than plus size models?
I guess like they always use like size like 14s or that, like, or the same like shape, the flat stomach and the big butt and big boobs. Like they always use that model, but I do feel like it is slowly changing.
Let's
It
hope
is
so.
changing, yeah.
So if it's not more than, like, make it equal at least, right? Have you ever felt like the need to or the desire to want to lose weight to be accepted, or did you just say fuck
I
it?
actually felt like I've had to put on weight to get more work,
Wow.
which is the opposite of what I used to feel. But I feel like now they are looking for like a size 16, 18. They are looking for bigger models.
Bigger? Okay, I guess the world's really shifting.
Well,
Yeah.
America, yeah, I can say that because it's like, I mean, yeah. That's all.
I have a question, right? Do you think that there's a space for plus size male models?
There is a whole space.
Yeah.
I never looked into that, like to talk
Yeah.
about that.
I know a few of them, not very well, but I follow them on Instagram and they're doing their thing. They're in adverts, you know. It's a whole another industry.
Did you just get a new job idea?
I might. You know
Put the
what I'm
resume
saying? I
in?
might, yeah.
Yeah, there's agencies who'll represent that.
Because I was thinking, what if I came up with a line? Don't take my idea, people. Big and handsome.
Big and handsome?
Big and handsome? No.
Isn't it still
Maybe.
big and tall? Or tall?
Big and tall,
Big and
yeah.
tall is
Big
what they
and tall,
normally
yeah.
say, yeah.
Don't mention them.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
B&H.
And just because you said it on this show,
B&H, exactly.
Bitches and hoes.
just because you said it on this show, I get a cut of whatever you make.
Big and handsome.
Diddy over here.
Can we talk about like the darker side of social media, like the negative comments that you may get? How does that affect your psyche?
It used to affect me like a lot more. Like I would be crying in my bed or something. Like if someone called me fat, but I'm like over it now. I used to respond and like I would get myself angry, but just block out that energy.
Yeah.
Have you thought about just turning off the comments and just
Brands don't want you to turn off comments. They want to see the engagement, so I can't really do that unless it was just like a selfie or something, you know.
Yeah, I can see that.
I definitely feel like that's like a good strategy is to just like, I don't know how easy it is because I know you probably have to check your notifications, but I feel like if you try to answer back to everybody or respond.
That was my next question. Like when you first started out, I'm sure you was very like you was engaging with not everybody, but more friendly, more engaging. And now that the following is up, how difficult it is to keep that same warm personality that gave you the following. Like you want to be engaging, but you also can't acknowledge everybody.
Yeah.
So do you like have, I don't want to say favorites, but do you have like the people you remember from the beginning of time who used to follow you and the loyal followers and the newcomers? Like how do you go about responding back to all these people?
There is like people who I do recognize, and if they have been commenting on my posts, I do say, oh, thanks for doing that, or stuff like that. And I do try to focus more on the female side of my followers just because they're the ones who are going to be buying the stuff that I'm promoting, you know.
Yeah.
I got a lot of the creepy guys, which I think every female does, but
you just pay those no mind.
That's some entertainment, you know.
That's rough though. Like the ratio between your amount of followers is like more men than women, and
I think I've got like something like 11% female.
Damn.
11%.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know what the worst part about that is? Most of those dudes probably just don't even look at her as like for what she's trying to accomplish, more just like an object, and that's like.
Well,
that's
hopefully,
sick.
if y'all listening, I hope y'all go into these brand sites and these purchasing using her code and everything. Don't just be sitting here gawking.
Yeah.
Support is real.
Yeah.
Yes,
Use them codes.
And another thing, like I noticed you mentioned, is like the brand and with the brand ones. I feel like Instagram gives you. It's like an outlet for independence. Like you work your way up on your own, but then you kind of get controlled by these brands. Like, how does that make you feel? Because like you're working yourself independently, but now you're eventually gonna have to be controlled by these brands and not really have the freedom to post and do what you want.
That's true. Like, I guess I've really not got a say in it. Like, they're offering money and I want the money, you know.
Yeah, you're about the brand.
Gotta
Yeah,
get that
I
bag.
respect it.
But like, and they have to have rules because then people are just gonna, you know.
Like, it's give and take. I feel like when you're an influencer, it's like you want to do this, it's a certain give and take. So you can do a little bit of the stupid ass rules they want you to do, like don't get too personal, engage, blase blase. Don't forget to post on this day, promote this at this time, like. I think that just goes part of the property, like, because it's low-key a job. And it's just not a 9-to-5 no more.
It's just a deal.
I'm too creative for the brands. I can't be, like, controlled in that box. Like, it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like.
Lady's face.
What?
Her face is so funny.
Well, Lady wants the bag, and I get it. Like, we're going to get the bag.
Lady wants the bag.
You want the bag. You want money.
I don't think you ever
She's
heard me
never
say
ever said
I
anything.
want the bag.
Yo, she's never come off like
never
that.
said that.
But who? Okay, but in reality, who doesn't?
I think there's people out there who
Nigga,
don't
I
put
ain't got a
value in that.
job.
She doesn't play. I don't think. I'm not even saying this. I'm not even saying this to defend her. I'm just being honest. She doesn't even come off like somebody who's worried about money. Like,
But I didn't say all that. All I said was like she wants like money would be a plus. Okay, if you don't want,
money's a definite plus. Like, money is a definite plus. I ain't gonna act like a bitch got needs. A bitch got aces and aces she like out here. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I like nice things too, but it's also like I'm at the point where I have a lot of shit that I never even wear anyway, so I can wear a different outfit every day for 5 years if I wanted to. Money for me right now is about making sure my mama's comfortable.
Yes.
Like the biggest thing I would love to do right now is get my sister the house she want, put my mama next door to her ass somewhere, and make sure my little sister, my nephew's good, and my auntie okay. Like that's it. Like that is my biggest. Like if I tell you that's what I do this for, you're gonna think I'm a lie, but no. At the end of the day, like, I really do this so that way my family can have a legacy and that when it's all said and done, if I have nieces and nephews, they good.
That all what she just said is what I meant when she said she wants a bag.
But it's not a bag though. It's like a legacy because this is not just it. My mom's still going to beauty school. There's a lot of shit going on, but anyway.
Right.
That mango is good, ain't it?
That shit.
Yo.
I can hear every bite of that mango.
Bite. She's salivating.
These mics are too good.
Yo.
Do you feel like you're in competition with other models, or are you accepting of any other plus size model trying to work?
I don't feel like there is a competition. Like, some people would say there is, but I feel like I'm like different. Like,
She's like,
everyone's different, you know.
Yeah.
Like, brands want you for you, and like, I don't see the competition, you know.
Really?
Is that how Scottish people are?
How are Scottish people?
You know, they don't do competition.
The way, that was very confident. I love that.
No,
There
it's
is
very
com-
confident, but
there is no competition.
maybe I'm basing this on all these movies I've seen and football and all that stuff, and it's your sports, and I'm just like, yeah, they don't take no shit.
That's what's up.
Like,
I'm
they
not
seem
familiar
to be
with-
very confident in life. Like, it's just like, nah, I'm gonna do it. Like,
I
and I
genuinely.
think that's just people outside of America. I'm starting to feel like.
Maybe it's more like I would say a European thing, but I don't know.
I genuinely thought Scotland just had like beautiful fields and sheep and like the skirts that the guys wear.
The kilts.
The kilts, yeah. I thought that was just
And
like
the bagpipes.
everything. But this is 2019, so maybe it's different.
It's a bit different.
do you miss anything about Scotland?
I miss the food. Like,
What's
Everyone
what's the
said-
thing to eat out there? Like what's like a
It sounds
freaking Sunday
disgusting.
meal?
Our food is haggis, which is like a sheep's
Haggis?
stomach.
Oh, okay.
Haggis.
Which-
Okay.
Sounds disgusting, and
How is
it
it
looks
made?
disgusting, but it's actually alright.
How do they make it? They put it in a stew or.
Like, you'll have it with like potatoes, carrot.
But like, do they fry it? Do they boil?
You can fry it, yeah.
What?
Fried sheep stuff. Okay.
It's like,
haggis.
I don't know, and it tastes good.
It's a delicacy.
Scotland is definitely cleaner than New York City for sure, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably smells way better. Less rats.
Do you personally know anybody with a bagpipe?
Not personally. Like, yeah, no one I know.
What is the
has one.
significance of that in the Irish culture though?
And she's not. Wait.
Didn't she say you? Oh, Scotland.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I sound so ignorant right now.
He just.
But doesn't it
I'm
all
so sorry.
you do, but like doesn't it all sound like it would make sense though, like in your head?
In my head, it made sense. Wow. So that means kilts. That's Scottish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kilts.
But I
I
think
feel like I've
Irish,
seen it together, like kilts and bagpipes.
they wear them too. Like,
Right. So I'm
the
not.
culture is very similar.
Thank you.
The culture. Yeah, I
Right.
can see that the
Yeah.
culture being very similar.
All right.
Only
'Cause I was
some is
like-
angry drunks and the others just drunk. I'm only kidding, y'all.
So I guess where are you at in your career currently? Like, are you working towards working with an agency, or are you still just
Yeah.
hustling independently?
My main goal is to get an agency. Like, I would love just that someone to represent me would be like amazing. Just to know that they can get me work too.
Start going
like-
to those places you never thought about. They're gonna be
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
So what do you have to do to get that? Do you just have to keep building a portfolio? Do you reach out personally and email these people, or
Yeah, they tell you to email, but it's so hard to get noticed because people like are emailing them every day.
Dang.
So, I feel like when they have open casting calls, I try to go there so they can see me in person. But it's so hard. Like, I've been to so many casting calls. I apply every month online. Like, it's not as easy as people think.
yeah?
And like, you can get like small agencies, but I kind of want to aim for the top, you know?
Yeah, for
like-
sure.
Of course, you don't want to sell yourself short.
Yeah.
And I think it's good that you said that, because I feel like maybe a lot of your followers think you already made it and think you're good, you know, just based on what you have, and you're being honest with them. And I think that's important for you to continue to express that, because it's not all rainbows and sunshines and bagpipes and all that. Like, it's not all.
It's a hustle.
Yeah, it's really a real hustle. I have a question though about working with brands in terms of like your integrity and your morals and stuff like that. Would you ever work with a brand that is offering you a good amount of money, but maybe they've done something in the past, like Gucci or something like that, that you don't necessarily agree with morally?
Well, I can't fit into Gucci's clothes, but
Yeah.
like, if they've done something which, like, on Twitter, like, everyone's talking about or that, then, yeah, I don't think it's good to work with brands like that, you know?
Yeah.
but I don't know.
You don't know? I feel like you got to be put in that situation.
It depends. Like, it depends on what they've done, you know?
Right.
Like, if it's like a brand who's been racist, like Gucci or that, like, then who's going to want to work with that, you know?
Yeah.
And, like,
Dapper
even if I'd done that work, people are going to slate me for it in the comments. You know, it's not kind of worth it.
Yeah. It'll still backfire at some level.
Yeah, people are going to say, well, she's worked with this brand and they've done this.
And it might stop from other opportunities.
Yeah.
I get it.
But it's gotten such to the point where it's just like, you know, social media creates this cancel culture so quick, so fast. And it's just like we're no longer giving people second chances. But we all let Mike Tyson back into our homes. Mm-hmm. We let OJ back into our homes. We watched some of them.
But those issues were before social media was huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you said, social media is what's created this.
And it's so true. I just had a conversation about Ray Rice the other day with a friend, and I was just like, but that was his girl. Mm-hmm. Like, that wasn't even our business that he punched out in the elevator. Like, who sold the tape? And on top of that, she still married him, and they're still together. So why can't we forgive him and let him play football?
Cancel
I mean,
culture.
like, ain't that what NFL players do? Slap their girls every now and then? No funny shit?
I don't know.
Like, let's just be real here.
How in tune are you with what goes on in, like, the current climate of the country? Like, do you pay attention to that? Like, what goes on?
Like, in terms of what?
Like, maybe politically and just tragic situations, like Ray Rice beating his girlfriend in the elevator, or like these mass shootings, or anything like this. I guess that.
Like, I like to follow it all. I like to keep up. I think it's important to know what's going on in the world. But in terms of, like, politics, I'm not the best at it.
Same.
I just don't like Trump.
That's good enough.
Do you feel like as an influencer, though, you kind of have to be aware, maybe to your followers who may not be as aware, like it should be like your responsibility to...
If it's something like I strongly believe, like those wildfires which are going on now in Brazil, like I think that's important. Like I would repost that to let my followers aware, because that's like our planet, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like...
That's been going on for like 3 weeks or something like that, right? Something crazy.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't think climate change is real now, at this point, I don't know.
Now we better start learning how to be hunters and gatherers again, people. Like, honestly, like, I feel like things is about to get real, real wicked real soon.
I feel like I need to learn how to hunt and start fires.
Yeah, like I think I said I was walking home the other day, and it came to me. It was like, girl, can you run? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I'm just like, yo, I don't think I could run up 2 blocks without dying in the inside, because my lungs are so smoky. So I'm just like, well, damn, I may die out here, Jesus, but I'm going to get it together. I told myself this morning I was going to get up and run, but I was sleeping.
So that whole, this little diatribe you just went on is about not running. But you're gonna run eventually.
But it was my whole little dialogue was about saying we need to start being prepared for those things.
For the worst.
And not even just for the worst, just for those things. It may not be the worst thing that could happen to us. It may be the best thing that could happen to us, because everybody's too engrossed in social media, this, that, and third, watching who's watching this and how many posts I got and how many views and how many likes. Like I hurry up and wish Instagram just, and I was sucks, because if Instagram takes away likes off of Instagram, how does influencers continue? Will there still be a pathway for y'all? Like,
I think so, yeah. Like we would still see our likes, I guess, and we would have to send it to the brands. Like,
got you.
This is my engagement, you know.
I feel like that's when you probably have to get into something like YouTube, be more visual, and like have people actually hear you rather than just see you.
But like I always say, even YouTube has gotten smart and changed their way they monetize their videos. Like, there's a lot of things on the YouTube guidelines now that makes it very hard for you to make money off of YouTube, because it was to the point where everybody was getting a check from YouTube. And I guess YouTube was like, hey, listen here, can't be paying y'all I can't be paying everybody who has a camera and has 1 million view on one video.
Right, yeah. I think those days are over for YouTube making money, honestly. Unfortunately. Is Instagram your only outlet? Do you use like Twitter or anything like that as well?
I use Twitter, but I'm not big on it. I just like to repost stuff, keep up with the news. But I've got a YouTube, and I would love to do it more, but our apartment's so small I can't even film, so...
You could do like, I guess you could have like had a vlog today.
Like, yeah, I could have, but I'm not one to like, you know, bring out my camera in public. It makes me cringe, you know.
Do you feel like that's weird?
I do, like, even doing an Instagram story, I'm like,
It is a little awkward.
like,
I feel so uncomfortable. I feel like I look dumb. Like,
Sometimes
I feel
I-
like people
yeah.
are like, what are they doing? Like, even though
Yeah.
people know what you're doing,
It's normalized because really
Yeah.
some people really won't think anything of it, but then there's some people that don't do it that'll also be like, damn, that shit looks weird.
yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And I feel people
definitely agree.
like automatically build up a perception of you just by seeing you having your phone to your face. Like, oh, she's like,
They'll
So full
assume
of
that,
yeah,
Yeah.
like blah blah blah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just
they'll
automatic.
assume that you're superficial
Right.
or whatever.
And
I mean,
what?
fuck it.
Fuck.
Right? Who cares? What
It's
people
like, yeah,
think?
I know,
it's not
it's
our
like-
business to care what anybody thinks about us in a sense. Like, and I've been learning, that's like my biggest lesson all year. Like, why should I care what people think about me? That's your personal thoughts. So let me continue on doing what I'm doing. If you feel I look stupid, then hey, go.
That's your
But,
opinion.
but what's
your
wrong with
opinion.
caring? Like, especially if I'm a model, like I feel like your career is based off other people's perception of you. So like, then you gotta care. I feel.
Okay, you care about the people. You care about the cameraman who's taking the picture, the brand you're modeling for, your representation, your agency, and those people. But the general public who has to see you, you have to think about it.
That's who I'm selling to, though.
You're selling to them,
but they don't know that. Like,
but they don't
when
like
you're-
they're so sheepish. They don't realize they don't know what's really good. This is what I love about ad placements and ads. You really don't know you being got till you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as they're seeing this picture, it's not about that whole outfit. For some people who just looking at who knows the line, they know that brand. The first thing looking at is the outfit, and then everything else is when I'm scrolling through freaking magazines. It's always the clothes I see first. Then I look at oh, that's a cute model, but it's always the outfit.
Yeah.
It's from this down, and if they got earrings on, then I'm glancing at the earlobes. But I really never see the face.
They advertise like that too. They do cut out the face and just show like the
And
body.
sometimes they don't, because if they wear their angle their body, so the face is all the way up here, but then you get all this down here.
Yeah.
So you catching the whole outfit. So I don't. It's to the like, why do we care what people think about us? Because there's always gonna be somebody who doesn't like you. There's always gonna be. And I'm gonna tell you the truth because I'll walk in the room all day. I'd be like, "Oh, she looks stupid. That looks dumb." That's me.
I believe it.
But you should never care what the hell I gotta say. I'm just filling up the space in my head right now with just looking at y'all. And I'm a Virgo, so that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm a Virgo too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get you like, oh, okay, that's what you put on today.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So what you're telling me,
There we
what you're
go.
telling me is I care too much about what other people think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. How much do you care? Like, I mean,
Like I do care a lot. Like I don't want, like I do worry about what people think of me, and I actually feel like it's gotten worse since I've got a following on Instagram now. Like I feel like I was more confident, but now it's like I am thinking, oh, who's watching me? Like how I'm presenting myself.
yeah.
Like, and it's kind of a shame like that it's got to that, but
But that's only
I
like,
feel like it's also part of it, you know.
yeah, it's human. It's part of your job, and it's gonna happen. But it's just good to check out, and that's why you should like people like you. You do need to take breaks. You need to take like
Yeah.
2 breaks throughout the day. Check in with yourself. Check in with your husband, because this also plays a toll on him too. Because you are being ghosted. You're beautiful, so everybody's gonna hey, click, 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 click. So it's just like everybody take a moment, decompress, check in, then come back to reality,
Yeah.
because that is your reality.
I have a question. You ever thought about, because some celebrities do this, you ever thought about creating like a ghost account where only your friends and family know that that's really you? So that way you can still have that same, personal connection with your friends and family through
A fun
social
time
media.
without nobody
Really
No
knowing
one-
that it's
yeah.
you, yeah. Just your friends and family would be like, okay, I know that's her.
I mean, I've never considered it, but I do feel like with my Facebook, it's all like just personal,
Okay.
like
So you have it
family
already.
and that. So
Okay.
I feel like that's my personal.
Facebook.
And I-
Facebook.
to be honest, I don't
agree.
post
I'm the
on
same way
it.
with Facebook.
But I feel like even that suggestion is like kind of weird. Like why do you need you
Yeah.
to see me on social media to know I'm good? Like, why can't I just pick up the phone and call you or talk to you or like visit
I feel
you?
like because sometimes
Why is social media everything?
not
I don't
about
think it's
that.
everything, but I think there's certain bonds that are shared on social media. Like for me and my friends, like even my girlfriend, like I'll send her a funny ass meme
Yeah, that's a funny meme.
on
Yeah.
Snap. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do because she's not on Instagram. But I'll still take a meme or I'll take a video from Instagram and send it to her on Snap just so we can laugh. Like
You
Yeah.
gotta make the screenshots I sent to my sister of funny memes,
Yeah.
just because I know she's not checked into Instagram.
Right.
Or anything, so she's like, girl, you got this.
you
is
gotta
funny.
see this. Like it's
Yeah.
hilarious. Like yeah.
I'd be like, you ever get those daily reports on your iPhone at the end of the week about how long you've been
Yeah.
on? When I see those numbers, I'm disgusted in myself.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta like tune out.
What
Like,
daily reports?
Sorry?
I got
Disgusted
an
with
iPhone. What's daily
myself.
reports?
You get like,
I didn't do the update, so that's what the update comes with.
yeah, you gotta get the update.
Yeah, I'm good.
You're gonna be disgusted at yourself for real. Like,
I won't because
it's worrying.
I told y'all my Instagram has an hour and a half reminder. Once my hour and a half come, I'll be like, oh, okay.
yo, you fucking the mangoes up. I'm sorry. I heard everything you just said, but like, those just look mad good. Save me a piece. So like the main theme of the show, we like to speak about like mental health and depression, and like obviously you may have some experiences with that because like your large following, the pressure that comes with it, the pressure to keep up a certain image. Do you get depressed ever, and how do you deal with it? Is it like spending time with your husband and your dog, or do you just sleep? Like, what do you do to avoid that depression?
Like I was at my lowest when I was back home in Scotland doing a job which I hated, and that was mostly like the reason why I pushed to come here so much, because this was my happy place and I wanted to be here. I wanted to have that freedom. Like I felt like I was so tied down with this job, and I'd come home, sleep, go back. Like you have 2 days off and they fly by, you know. So I feel like moving here has helped that. Like I speak to my husband about everything. He's like my best friend, and I speak to my family, like my mum, every day. So I mean, I feel like it's important to have those people that you do go to for like a breather, or like to turn off, or that, you know.
Yeah. So you're like open to talk about your problems. Have you like ever thought about therapy if it got ever too bad?
I would consider therapy. It's so expensive though, you know.
Yeah.
Like I've looked into it, and I actually feel like I would love to go just to speak to someone more like in detail about what my problems were, or that, and I would still consider it in the future, but right now I've not done it.
I definitely suggest therapy.
Yeah.
I suggest it to anybody that just deals with life. You need like therapy will help.
Getting back into it eventually. How do your family feel about what, like your current space now? Are they proud? Or are they still like, come back to Scotland?
My mum would love me to go back, but like at first they were like, oh, what's this Instagram thing, you know? But I feel like now they see what I'm doing, they're more supportive of it, and they don't really say anything too much about it, but they know what I'm doing. My mum still tells me to get a real job, you know. Like, like my mum doesn't understand it. She's like, oh, you need to get a job. I'm like, but mum, like I'm okay just now, you know.
Right.
Job.
Did you ever get pressure from your family to go to school or anything like that? Because I've noticed that you haven't mentioned that at all, so I'm thinking maybe they didn't put that kind of like.
I did go to I went to night college for I used to do makeup artistry. That's what I wanted to do as well, but they weren't they didn't put too much pressure on me, you know. Like my sister went, who's older than me, and I feel like that was enough for them.
Probably not, but
I'm the wild child, you know. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
Are you and your sister alike at all?
No, completely different.
She's more stern.
Yeah, my sister's more she's more
reserved.
Reserved. Like she wouldn't do what I was doing, you know. But she supports it, and
that's nice.
That's all I can ask
as long as
for,
she
really.
supports,
Yeah,
that's good.
You mentioned when you first met your husband, you went out with him because I don't know if it was a serious joke, but you didn't have friends. Have you grown as a social media influencer? Have you connected with other influencers as friends on a personal level?
Yeah, of course. All my friends here are from that, and I love that because we can talk about work and we can hang out as well. And it's nice to have that something that we have all have in common, you know.
Has that helped you on your journey so far? Because I would imagine being able to connect with other people who are basically on the same social media level as you, they probably might be able to share certain opportunities. Has that helped you?
Yeah, I feel like there is some girls who will all support each other, and it's nice to have someone who you can talk to about, oh, this brand emailed me and what are they offering you, you know,
Yes, that's dope.
Have you worked with them, sort of thing. So I like to have that as well.
I'm genuinely surprised there's no competition, no egos involved, because first of all, we're in New York City. I feel like a lot of people here try to keep up and
there
get ahead.
is, but in my circle, I feel like we've all got each other's back, you know.
Yeah, you chose wisely.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I feel like that's you got to be careful with that too.
I hate drama. I like low maintenance friendships, you know. I don't I don't like feeling in competition, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
You seem like a very calm person, not really an aggressive, like super intense person.
Like I can get angry, like I do get angry, but
Of course, yeah.
like let's say I'm pretty chilled, you know. It's the Virgo.
That's right.
That's
It's
totally
the
a
Virgo.
Virgo. That's Virgos. They're
That's
very
you.
earthy.
Yeah.
Very earthy.
Very earthy, relaxed.
Like yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have like a weird relationship with Virgos. Like we clash. We clash.
Yeah.
We do.
I'm a
'Cause
Libra.
He's
Okay.
all that air
He's a Libra
bullshit.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
We
You
out
know, not
here.
for nothing. That's my biggest fear, that I end up with a Libra. I
Yeah.
would not lie. I thought about this week. I said, my biggest fear would be to end up with a Libra. I'll just be there. I will go up to heaven and box with God.
Yo, I found out I'm a Scorpio moon. Is that bad or is that good? Because the chick I was talking to was like freaked out. When I
I'm a
told her that.
Scorpio moon.
Yeah.
I just found out. What's that supposed to mean?
That's dangerous or
That's
something?
It's not
bad.
dangerous. It's just like, so that means you kind of take all the shadow aspects of a Scorpio in a sense.
Oh, shit. That's why me and
Like,
Drake are
and how you
relate.
feel. That fuck boy, emotional mess.
Really? That's
what
why I
do you
love
say?
Drake.
Emotionally
Yeah.
manipulative fuck boy. That's what he is.
Wow.
I love Drake
Wow.
too, though. I have Scorpio in my chart, but it's not in my moon.
Wait, I thought he was. Wait, he's a Scorpio. I thought he was a Libra.
He's a Sag or something.
Some
Is he
shit.
a Scorpio
I think
or
he's a
Sag?
His birthday's in
Scorpio.
October.
He dropped the album
He's a
called
Scorpio.
Scorpion, so I assumed
he's
he
a
was
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Oh my
I
God.
assumed
No,
that.
he's a Scorpio. He's not a Libra. I don't
Okay,
think he's
okay,
a Libra.
okay,
I think he's at the end.
Yeah, because I think his birthday's the 24th.
So remember,
I don't know.
Scorpio starts like what, September 21st to not Scorpio. Libra starts from September 21st to October 19th or something like 20th like that.
21st, yeah.
We're going to have a whole episode dedicated to Drake one day. And
Crazy.
yeah, we have
I'll
to.
be
I'm
there for
upset.
Yeah. How has 2019 been for you so far? Have you accomplished any goals that you set for yourself yet?
My main goal was to get a modeling agency, so not yet, but
We still got time.
We
We're going to
still
finish
got-
up strong.
Yeah.
This is a good, strong period. To
So
go
who
after
knows?
what you want, people.
yeah. Apart from that, I'm actually like stuck in the US just now because I can't travel just for like visa issues. We're waiting on our interview and that, so I would have loved to have traveled, but I'm sort of like in one of those situations where I don't really know what's happening.
Just
so-
stay right here because you know Donald Trump is out here wilding. So just don't
Right,
do
you
nothing.
don't want no issues.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's say you get the modeling agency end of this year. Going forward into the future, what are some other goals you have for yourself?
Well, if I get the agency, I'd
When
like to
I get the agency
When-
Yes.
okay.
by the
There
end
you
of the
go.
year,
Speak
There
into
you go.
existence.
yes,
There we go.
Fact.
when I get signed,
that's right.
I would like to book a big campaign. You know, like I feel like that's every model's dream. You know, but
Nice.
we'll see.
Do you have any creative interests outside of modeling? Like maybe like something
Don't be
random,
mad
like
if your first campaign is Fruit of the Loom. That's all I'm gonna say.
like would you like want to do something like this one day or like I don't know.
I've
Any-
never like considered a podcast, but like I'm into makeup as well. I like that like creativity side, so I could see myself doing something like that. Or I would love to design like jeans like that fit good.
I was just gonna ask you: is there any particular brand that you would love to work with? Like, do you have like your top 3 brands that you would love to model for?
They might be listening.
Right.
And like I would like to do Nike, like I'd like to do a fitness campaign like for
Nice.
plus size. Like I think that's dope.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so hard for plus size models. I feel like they just get the bottom of the barrel, the end of the stick every time, and it's like a battle. It's like an uphill battle. I guess.
I low key feel like the culture's shifting though, because I mean, I obviously follow like a lot of female
Same.
pages.
Yeah.
So like a lot of these female pages, there are a lot of more plus size models like than it was back in the day, and even what is being considered plus size. I know that's also an issue within the industry that some people are just like, no, she's technically not plus sized, or
Yeah,
you know,
so much
like-
drama, right?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of drama because there's certain people who are trying to like creep into that category.
It's like you're not plus size.
Yeah,
honey. You're
yeah.
just a little thick. Go
You're
have
just
a
a little
seat.
thick.
Yeah.
You're not really plus size.
People
like-
say that about Ashley Graham. I think she's not.
Yeah.
People like get on her about that a lot. Have you experienced that?
Yeah, like but I used to have in my on my Instagram that I was body positive, and I got so much hate for that. Saying that I shouldn't be body positive because I'm too because I've got an hourglass figure that I can't be body positive. It's for fatter people or something.
Wow.
That's
That is
so
the most.
whack.
Wow.
That's so whack.
And this is my thing, and this is why I really can't get with all these campaigns, because within every campaign and every freaking organization, the prejudice within is just so freaking annoying.
It is annoying.
It's just like, oh, LGBT, oh, I don't like bisexuals, and you got the other ones, well, you're not plus size, and what the fuck?
It's
Oh,
like
you're not
silly.
black enough, you're
You
not
can't
woke
win.
enough, you're not
Yeah.
natural enough, like,
Yeah.
you're not witchy enough, you're not blue hot enough, like, it's just like, you can't win no more, so it's just like,
I feel like it comes from lack of understanding. I feel like it's still relatively new to the masses, so I feel like that's why they like kind of put their own labels on it and their own hate on it because they don't really understand it. Just like so to some people, gay marriage is still like weird to some people. Plus size modeling is still weird and new.
but plus size modeling to me is a little creepy, because if I looked at all those little vintage magazines, them hoes was not skinny.
Okay,
Them hoes was curvy. They bellies used to go like that. They used to fold in.
love it. Yeah,
Love it too. No disrespect. Love it all. But I'm just saying, like, America wasn't always this skinny. We wasn't just pumping these skinny ass models out until when probably big house fashion took over, maybe when Europeans took over. No funny shit, but maybe when their big fashion houses started coming over and taking over, because
What was
you
that,
gotta
like
keep
the
in mind.
80s?
Yeah, we don't have that many American big fashion houses. Kenneth Colt.
I can't name him. Don't even ask me to name him.
And I'm only going to say, like, Kenneth. I feel like that's the only guy I can muster up, because he owns all of his label. He doesn't even, like, it's just strictly Kenneth Cole. Compared to, what's his name, Michael Kors. He was a sublet of a sublet and this and that. Find his shit in Burlington everywhere.
Yeah.
Of course, that Caldors, if it's still around, too. Be in there, too. But,
The whole body positive movement is like I don't understand why that gets hate. I feel like it's all the whole main mission for it is just acceptance of yourself and
Well,
other
that
people
was
like you.
my idea of it. Was we should all be positive about the way we look.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
like I think that's a good thing, that I can accept myself being curvy or whatever you want to call it, but I don't see why there is an issue with it. But people make drama out of it.
yeah, I think at the other point, everybody want to have something to say. Everybody want to fight against something.
Everyone has an opinion.
Yeah, everybody has an opinion. And there's nothing wrong with your opinions. It's just, it's one of those things. My mother used to say, if you have nothing good to say, don't say it. Or like, I keep a lot of shit in my head that's just like, you shouldn't say that. Or you say it amongst your friends, but you don't just, it's not okay to just be a bully and blurt out all the mean shit just because you have a platform to be an asshole. You can be an asshole privately with your people. Like, keep some shit barbershop talk. Keep some shit beauty shop talk. It doesn't all have to spill out. And I think that's the problem with my biggest issue with social media, is that everything just spills out and nobody's conscious about how they make other people feel now. There's like no compassion.
Well, yeah, but I think a lot of the other side of that, I feel like people would say, all you have to do is put your phone down.
And it's true. You're right, because I don't even, partake in half the shit on the internet. But it's also like when I read this shit, like I say, if somebody say, oh, that was stupid. Well, your hair's stupid, bitch. I don't went through all your pictures. Your outfits is dumb. And really?
Yeah.
It's like it's not okay to be the mean girl. It's not okay to be the mean boy. It's just like we're focused on the wrong things. It's like it's that mean culture that I can't get with social media. It's just like, why so mean?
People get like entertainment out of
Then you got people who
like
get
watching a
entertainment.
drama or something.
Are you fully accepting of how you look? Like you mentioned earlier that like the followers gave you the confidence to do what you do and accept yourself. But like, do you feel within yourself, like, can you look in the mirror every day and love what you see?
I do have days where like I hate what I see. Like it's never just like constant. Like, oh, I look good or that. Like I can go out and like eat a 3-course meal and I'll come home and I'll be like, oh, I look so bloated, So it is like a love-hate relationship with my body, and I guess I'm like still learning to like love some parts. I don't love everything. I don't love like all the cellulite, but that's what comes with being curvy, and I like having curves. So,
have you ever considered or thought about surgery? And do you judge people who get surgery and who end up being models and stuff like that?
I've actually had I got a breast augmentation when I was 19. I was really young because I hated how I was so big on the bottom and I was so flat-chested, and that was something that always bothered me. So when I was 19, I saved up and got this surgery myself, and that was another reason how I got confident, because I had boobs and I felt like I looked more like not like I felt like I looked more in proportion, you know.
Yeah.
So if it's surgery, like people get pointless surgeries nowadays. Everyone's getting surgery, you know. So they're like, if you're doing it for yourself, then do it. But
if you're just doing it just to do it so you can have that body like everybody else, then
people are
ask yourself why.
There's a lot of chicks out here looking like ants though, with the small legs and then the big asses.
I think they get a little better with making it natural. With they're trying to get back, but you just start to see that though. I think when Sweetie first came on, she was cool. Then now when I saw her body, I was like, oh, this girl done got her ass and titties done. Like, okay, like
everyone's looking the same.
Yeah,
everybody's pretty much built the same. But I don't look down on like I said, like if it's like because it makes you feel better, like I'm definitely all for it because. I definitely don't see something.
I feel like people think in the moment, like this is what make me feel good in the moment, but long term they don't look at like the effects of it and how you really look ridiculous. Yeah. Like people aren't self-aware, I don't think.
I think it depends on the individual because some people I agree with that. There's some people who are, like they're completely plastic and they think they look good and they look horrible. You know what I'm saying?
You never know what they probably thought they looked like before. So this is like the best that they can be,
the best version,
and they're happy with that. So it's just like you never really know
where they came from,
where it comes from, and where it starts from. That's why I try not to judge plastic surgery. I don't care if you get plastic surgery. I feel like when I get some money now or I get older. Yeah, I'm going to do something to these things. I'm going to lift them up. Like, I want to be 70 with some perkies.
Okay.
And I'm not opposed to it because my girl said the same thing. Cause she got
like,
38
No real woman wants to walk around with saggy titties. I'm sorry. We just don't. We just don't want to do it. We all want to be able to be 50 and bra free in a summer day. Like, hey, Miss Johnson. Like, that's just the goal.
Right. I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at that.
Whether we do the tomato thing, I must, or, you know, pick up some water bottles, go under the knife. I'm going to get them.
I tell you right now, when I get money, I'm going to guarantee that I get some type of surgery to make sure I don't lose my hair. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going bald.
Bro, you can get the spray paint right now. Just go to the barbershop, get the
little fabric. What's that shit called?
I heard it really hurts, though, for men. Like, when they do the thing.
It hurts?
It hurts.
Well, fuck it.
Beauty is
pain.
Now.
I will do
the implants.
Yeah, we get implants. Tiger did it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
I swear I learned something.
I'm gonna find the best surgeon and I'm gonna get that shit, bro.
But just accept.
I'm gonna have dreads. Like, no, I'm not gonna have dreads. I just want to keep my waves.
I've heard women say that they love like the bald look with the full beard.
I think that's great, you know, but I don't want that.
Okay.
For me.
God. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not attacking you. Like, I'm with the surgery. Like, I just think people should be more conscious of what they're doing, like, because
definitely
you look ridiculous out here. Something.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't mind, do surgery, but it's starting to look a little crazy how everybody's starting to look exactly the same now. It's just like okay,
it's like people are losing.
Even down from like the nose jobs, the eyes, the eye lifts. Like I was watching Beverly Hills OC, and Shannon got her eye lift, and I was just like, yo, they get their eyes done when they get older in Beverly Hills, like. They could have that little part lifted up and they just be like, bam.
Yeah. What is some advice you would give to a younger woman or man looking to get into modeling industry, like on social media?
Go for it. Start posting. At first, you have to be consistent. It's like a full-time job doing it, but if you want it badly, go for it.
And do you encourage engagement with your followers, or do you just feel post and go every time?
They say for 30 minutes after you post, you're supposed to engage with the comments and like comment back to people, but I don't really know if that helps. So I like to engage with them and like, oh, thanks for liking the post or something, but like I don't know if it helps at all, like doing that.
Yeah. And what is some advice you would give your past self, the one that was a bit more maybe insecure about her body and I guess not as confident as you are now?
Mm-hmm.
What is some advice you would tell your younger self?
Like, don't spend like all your days hating your body. Like, live your life. That's all I would say.
Yeah.
Like,
I respect it.
Yeah.
I feel like I gotta have those conversations with myself as well. Like just
Me
going
too.
back to your younger self and just saying it's all gonna be okay. I feel like we was talking about that earlier too. And I feel like Instagram and the internet in general is like creating an opportunity to give us all the opportunity to have a legacy. So I was curious, what do you want to be known for when it's all said and done Is it for body positivity, independence, confidence?
I'd like to be like known for like going after your dreams, as cliche as it sounds, but I feel like everyone says that, but go for what you want to do and see the outcome. You know, you never know till you try.
Right.
And I'd love to show women, especially young girls, that you don't have to be stick thin. You don't have to look a certain way to fit in. You know.
Right. I think that's perfect.
Originality.
Yeah, we have a segment on this podcast called "Don't Sleep," where it's basically we recommend something to our audience that they shouldn't sleep on. Mine is, I don't think people should sleep on just selfishness, and what I mean by that is like sometimes you have to. I feel like you have to be selfish, and you have to take care of yourself, whether it's getting rid of an old friend who's maybe toxic, or a relationship, or just getting out of a job that makes you unhappy. So I feel you should be selfish sometimes, take your life into your own hands and do what you want, because you'll end up wasting time if you stick around in certain situations that aren't good for you. CR, Lainey, do you have anything people shouldn't sleep on?
Don't sleep on not getting any sleep.
Facts, I'm tired.
Tired.
CR?
Don't sleep on the rat race. Be aware. We're all stuck in an economic slavery. All right, we all have to work and pay bills. So find a way to make enough money to not only pay bills, but to actually invest in things you care about.
Yeah.
And just to go back, because I'm tired. I just know what happens. Oh, the mangoes happen to me. Don't sleep on what's going on in the rainforest. Do not sleep on your media coverage. Do not sleep on what they want you to know versus what you need to go out there and start researching for yourself. There's a lot of shit going on in this world, and everybody needs to take it back to the original time. Start looking up different plants. Know your plants. Know your garden. Know what the fuck kind of soil you walk around in. Go out running every day. Get back to fitness, because I don't know what's going to happen, but let's just say, like, you don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. So don't sleep on the unexpected and start rising to the top, y'all.
Do you have anything people shouldn't sleep on?
Like, don't sleep on, like, get rid of toxic friendships, because they're the people who bring you down. Like, that's one thing which I done as well, getting rid of people who weren't supporting me. And yeah, like, I don't want that energy around me, you know?
What do you mean they didn't support you? Like, they didn't, like, repost your pictures?
Like, not in terms of that. I don't care if you like my pictures or that, but, you know...
Moral support.
Yeah, like...
Yeah. If you're not encouraging, but rather tearing me down or trying to convince me not to do it.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of jealousy, you know? For no reason, you know?
I get it.
I believe it. Thank you so much for coming. You were amazing. Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you.
Would you like to shout out your social media where people can follow you? And
yes, follow me on Instagram, Sophie with 2 E's Turner.
Yes, please follow her. She's great, and hopefully you enjoyed this podcast experience.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here and sharing that insight with us. And I hope New York starts to treat you better, not in the sense of that it's just so expensive, and I hope the mayor does something about that for people. More affordable housing.
Yes, and I hope that agency calls tomorrow.
I hope so too.
Like, it's crazy to me you didn't find one yet. But if you enjoyed this podcast, wherever you're listening at, please utilize the rating system, because it definitely
rent too damn high.
Makes us feel good, and definitely like seeing the reviews and the comments and stuff like that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Introverted Intuition. Am I forgetting anything?
Election year is coming up.
We have events coming up. We're not going to say dates. Artist Showcase, Press Play,
Just Got Talent,
possibly live show,
possibly live.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Just follow us on Instagram to keep up with that.
Oh yeah, follow us on Instagram at Introverted Intuition Pod, and Twitter, same thing.
Right.
And yeah, thank you so much for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.